Hello again. It's been about 36 hours or so since the second coating of NXTZEN 365 Pro was applied. They say 24 hours before you can wash it or anything, so I've waited at least that long. And when I applied it, I've watched many videos on how to apply a ceramic coating, the ones out of the glass bottles. And when I applied it, to me anyway, it looked exactly like the glass bottle coatings did. The appearance and texture, from what I can tell, of the NXTZEN 365 Pro appeared to be exactly like the glass bottle coatings. Well, I've driven the car around in the last 36 hours. It sat outside while I did some other minor detailing to it. And it's dusty as all get out. Plus the fact that I'm just dying to see the water behavior, so I thought I'd share. I'm going to put you on tripod for right now. I'm going to rinse the car down a little bit. I'll probably end up washing it after this, so I do it right. But I just want to see and demonstrate what the water behavior is like. No, I have not gotten it wet yet, so this is as new to me as it is to you. So here we go. Well, it's definitely beading up and running off real well. I'll take you in a little bit closer. The beads look fairly tight and rounded. Not quite as elevated as the glass coatings appear to do, but I'm going to do a few more sprays just to see what goes on. I'll take you in closer, then put you back up on the tripod and do a flood rinse like I suggest doing when you wash the car. Yeah, that water's clearing off real quick. Let me take you off tripod. Bring you in closer. And you can see the beads are really rounded. They've got a really, even the ones moving, have a really sharply defined, almost vertical edge to them. So they are very tight. The place where I sprayed directly and sheeted it a little bit is fairly dry. It's still got a lot of drops on it. We'll see what happens when I flood rinse it. But if you look at the reflection, you can see that the sides, the water's leaving lines running straight down. And the water beads are, again, extremely tight. So let me move you back here, put you back on tripod, and then I'll disconnect the nozzle and flood rinse the hood, see what happens. Well, that worked out really well. Not exactly the most stable or smooth water flow, but if you see right here at the edge, there's still some beads where the water didn't quite flow. But in the center and all the way over to the other side, you can see that it is practically dry. I think a little bit more careful application of the water when flood rinsing it, it'll be almost completely dry, making using the drying towel exceptionally easy. Well, I just wanted to show you this. Fun fact, little update. I'll do it again when it gets dirty. Actually, I just couldn't stand the dust and I was dying to see what the water behavior was. Until next time. Okay, so I'm back. Previously, I washed the car, flood rinsed it, showed the results of that. I thought the water behavior was really good, especially for a spray-based ceramic coating. The NXTZEN 365 Pro was really slick under the drying towel, and in fact my drying towel was only about half as damp as normal after drying a Camaro-sized car. So even though it might not have looked like it, most of the water did run off during the flood rinse, enough to where there was a noticeable difference in the dampness of the drying towel. I brought the leaf blower out, got the grill, the tail lights, and all the cracks and crevices blown out. And that did look exactly like a bottle ceramic being blow dried by somebody after a car wash. The water just literally shot off of the car and onto the ground or into a little area or a quick wipe or a touch with the drying towel, and it was gone. Well, I was going to do the rims and the door jambs, etc. with the second of the products Anthony Orozco sent me. The NXTZEN Ceramic Express. It's like a spray detailer, maintenance for the 365 Pro. He said to use it after the wash and dry to help maintain the 365 Pro coating. I went ahead and I've done the entire car, glass included, taillights, headlights, with the exception of the fender you're looking at now. They say 2 sprays per panel into the microfiber, and you can see I'm using a fairly thin, inexpensive one. I believe I got these at AutoZone. And these being thin, they don't absorb much, so they're perfect for using spray sealants, spray coatings, after wash detailers, things like that, because like I said, they don't absorb much and they lay down a very even coat. Well, I was advised that 2 sprays per on the towel per panel. On the hood, when the towel was completely fresh and dry, I'll admit I used 3 sprays. One is kind of a primer for the towel to do half the hood. After that, however, I found it like the fender, half the roof, took 3/4 to 1 full spray into the towel to get complete coverage. So you actually use less of this than they say you need to. It applies very simply. All you got to do is spray it evenly onto the towel, wipe the panel until it's wiped on evenly and fully, give it a few minutes, and wipe it off. I have not done a wipe off yet on this, so the entire car still has this Ceramic Express spray on it. But the longer I wait, the more it seems to disappear, even though I know I got full coverage. So I will show you the application on this quarter panel. I'll go around, buff it off the car, and since this is the last part to be coated, I'll make this the last part to have it removed, and I'll show you the removal process. I should have it pretty well down by then, seeing that this is the first time I've used this stuff at all. Give me a quick second. I'll walk around the front of the camera. 1 spray into the towel. All you need to do is just use a little bit of deliberation to make sure you get full coverage, because you can feel it going on, but you can't see it. And that's all there is. Give me a few seconds. I will go around, buff it off the rest of the car. Like I said, I used it on the glass, the paint. I got it on the trim, the mirrors, the mirror glass. And I will, once I'm done, I'm not going to film it, but I'm going to use it on the rims, the door jambs, the trunk jamb, and in some places under the hood where the paint's flat and basically clear of any obstructions. Give me a minute. I will be right back with the removal. Okay, so the whole car is done with the exception of the front end, because I have to back the car out a little bit to get to it. The wheels and the door jambs, trunk jam, etc. I'll probably save the door jambs and the wheels until my goofy sleep schedule gets me up at 3 in the morning and I can't fall back asleep, and I'll just do it then. But what I noticed is, in the time it took me, maybe 5 or 6 minutes, to apply this to the whole car, by the time I got back around to remove it, it was already almost gone. I could barely see anything at all. And I probably could have gotten away with not buffing it off, but my OCD and just sense of doing things right won't let me. So the only thing left to buff off is the quarter panel here, and it is so insanely easy I can't describe it. So as far as ease of application and ease of removal, fantastic. It literally, again, I'm saying it's the easiest thing I've ever used. I use less than what they recommend, because you don't need as much as what they recommend, at least not in my case. And it is very slick under the towel. Of course, so was the coating, so take that for what it's worth, but the removal is so easy. It took me about half the time to remove it as it did to apply it. And I did use one towel, although I did flip it several times, so I was constantly using a clean and fresh surface. So, and there's no signs of any kind of loading, streaking, smearing, even on the glass. In fact, on the glass, it was so clear that I'm very seriously thinking about using it on the interior glass to make subsequent cleanings easier. And I'm done. Like I said, the only thing left is the front end. I'll back the car out a little bit so I can get to it, go make the kids dinner, and do the rims and the jams in a couple hours when I wake up again. So you all have a good one. So far, both products of NXTZEN that I've tested are fantastic. The only thing left to see is the durability, and that will take hopefully a couple of months, if not longer, because this is supposed to be a 1-year coating. And I'm hoping that by following the directions as far as application and regular maintenance, weekly washes, topping off with this Ceramic Express, will allow it to get as much life as possible. Plus, I'm hoping that the Dr. Beasley's NSP95 does what it says it does and enhances the durability of the coating. So that's just something that we're going to have to check in on over time. And I'll make other videos. I still have the interior to do, but I will be making additional videos probably once a month maybe, just to get an update on how the coating's holding up. So for now, until it's time to do the interior, see y'all later.